Hey guys, so in today's video I want to talk about the reason why people don't get what they want in their life. And it comes down to really two things. And the first one is really kind of key and important to understand, which is that everything, literally everything in the world or everything that happens is a result of cause and effect, right? There's whatever effect, whatever result someone has in their life, in a business, in a relationship, is the effect of a result or effect of a cause, I should say, right? There's a cause, and that creates the effect. And there's a great book called Atomic Habits. Highly recommend it if you have not read it already, where he basically says that everything that happens, particularly in people's lives, particularly around work and relationships, this is like the two key areas in people's lives where people will have challenges. Is that everything that winds up happening is the result of a habit, right? The reason why our brains create habits is because they're trying to go through the path of least resistance, right? So there's this inertia that we have to kind of like struggle and get over. It's so much easier, for example, when you get home from work, to go hang out on the couch and not do anything, as opposed to actually decide that I'm going to work on a business, I'm going to work on my relationship, I'm going to read a book, I'm going to do something that requires some effort, because you're fighting that inertia. And what winds up happening is that people who actually get over this inertia, they kind of become like a steamroller. You can't kind of stop them; just keep going, because they've broken out of this law of entropy, where basically everything kind of goes to its lowest common denominator, and they're fighting against it. But eventually they break away. There's a snowball. So what winds up happening with the habits is that there's a trigger, there's an action, there's a result, right? So what winds up happening is that people almost unconsciously, because the brain is programmed this way, there's some type of a trigger, whatever that trigger might be, and then you almost automatically go into this action mode to get whatever the result is, right? The brain wants some type of reward or wants some type of result. This is a very common thing around food cravings. People have, they're coming home, they're stressed, right? Reach for the potato chips, reach for the ice cream, whatever it is. So the way to break out of it, there's a few things to break out of it. First of all, it's understanding this principle of cause and effect and the three steps for a habit. And if you're able to break out of, first of all, if you're able to realize what it is, this actually gives you, that's the first step. Understand what it is, and then start to make the changes to change your trigger, change the action, right? Change the result. That's how that works, right? People look at a result, oh, this is just how it is, there's nothing I can do about it. But if you can learn to think 2, 3, 4 steps in the past, and then learn to trigger yourself or identify what that trigger is, right? Oh, I'm stressed out, right? I'm not going to go reach for the ice cream now. I'm going to sit down and do some deep breathing for 5 minutes, right? What I'm trying to do is trying to calm down, or I'm trying to no longer feel these uncomfortable feelings. So by being able to do that, by being able to identify the cause and effect relationship, identify the trigger habit result formula, and then intervene on it, you're able to overcome your habits. And I will just mention that it's usually very hard to do this at the beginning. This is why they say when you're trying to do a new habit, you want to basically set a 30-day calendar to be able to get focused on overcoming that state of entropy, right? Overcoming that state is kind of being stuck where you are, to be able to start a snowball in the direction you want. Which is why, as we go into 2021, why a lot of people set resolutions for the new year. The idea is we're going to start with a new year. We're going to start with a new behavior, new result, whatever it is that we're looking for. And if you commit to it for 30 days, you have a significantly higher chance of actually being able to make that change that you want in your life. So, guys, that's the takeaway from the video today. Focus. Remember, everything that happens is the result of cause and effect, and to focus on if there's a particular result or that you have in your life that you don't want, focus on the trigger and the action and the result formula. Identify the trigger mode and change the action so the result will change as well.